Hey gang, AV here. Welcome to my review of the G.I. Joe Retro Collection Cobra Hiss tank. Here it is in the box. As you can see, it is an awesome presentation. You have to admit, this is straight out of my childhood. Very, very, very reminiscent of the classic packaging that these things used to come in. Right down to the original Hasbro logo down there in the corner. Very cool. There are a couple slight differences here and there, like for instance, you know, the fact that there's a modern figure in the window. It has bilingual wording down there. And I do believe that the original one used to say high-speed sentry, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I don't have an example handy, so I can't really prove that. But anyway, it looks fantastic, and this is going to look great on your shelf even after you open it up. So that's the front of the box. Here's the top of the box. There's the side. There's the bottom with a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo down there. And again, several different languages. There's the other side. And again on the back, we have the product shot with the modern figure. And again, several different languages presented up here, as well as on the file card, which we will have a closer look at in a second. So that's about all I have to say about the box. Let's get on to the contents of the box, starting with the file card. So let me just put this off to the side. I actually have one already opened up and ready to go. So here is the file card, which normally I gush over the file cards, but frankly, I'm not too impressed with these. I mean, there's a tiny little blurb up here. Cobra Hiss drivers are select from the best and most evil of Cobra commanders, thousands of yearly recruits. And that's the extent of his bio, which is pretty lame. The fact that it's in so many different languages prevents them from really putting anything else on the card itself, which is frankly unfortunate. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm not opposed to using bilingual packaging, but, you know, part of the aspect of being an adult collector is actually pursuing the foreign releases of this stuff, just because of the subtle differences and variations in the packaging and coloring and whatnot. So the fact that we are getting the same exact thing as at least 5 different countries, it's kind of a turnoff. As a collector, I have to say that. So that was the file card. Here is the figure himself. And he looks very cool, I have to admit. Has a removable vest, thigh-high boots, just like a tank commander. Very nicely done. Good paint apps. I love the Cobra emblem there on his chest. He is very reminiscent of the vintage figure, which I actually have handy. If you give me 1 second. Mine is a little beat up, though, so you're going to have to forgive me. But here is a copy of the original, so you can definitely see the where the inspiration came from. The Cobra emblem is worn off on mine long ago, but still, very cool representation, modernization of that character. His head is on a ball joint, does a full 360. Kind of looks up and down a little bit. Not much tilt side to side. Arms can do a full 360. They can go up about this high. There's nothing at the bicep. His elbows bend about 90 degrees, almost, and they flatten out. His wrists do a full rotation, 360 degrees, and it does not appear to be a hinge there. His abdomen, great range of motion there, not hindered at all by his vest. Legs can go up about that high, back about that far, out about like that. Double jointed knees, so he can kick his heel back about that far. Rotation here at the ankle. He can point his toes down, and he can point his toes up. Slightly, not too much there. But anyway, great looking figure, good articulation, especially for a driver. I'll take it. Very reminiscent of the original character too. Very nice. One drawback to this figure, however, he is the Cobra Hiss driver, and yet his figure stand that he comes with says Cobra Trooper on it. Not so much, you know. But besides that, it's got 2 foot pegs. Actually, 1 foot peg. This one is flattened out or broken on mine. I just noticed that now. Let's see. Nope, not in his foot, which is a good thing, but yeah. Not sure if it's supposed to be broken or anything like that, but it's definitely not there. Looks like it's supposed to be there, but oh well. Anyway, 2007 copyright there on the bottom, same as all of these. The Cobra sigil is raised. Like I said, just 1 foot peg, and it does say Cobra Trooper, even though he is the Hiss driver, so that's a little unfortunate. Comes with this little write-up sheet here, which comes with some of the other Star Wars figures that I've reviewed in the past. It basically says, warning, choking hazard in like 27 different languages. Made in China in like 27 different languages. And then 2019 Hasbro, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, you know, in like 27 different languages. So, again, it would be a lot more interesting if they actually had specific packaging for the different regions that these things are delivered in. Then he comes with some blueprints for the Hiss tank. Just some very, very basic assembly instructions. 3 steps, that's it. And then the stickers. Not really blueprints, but it is kind of reminiscent of the old blueprints. Just a lot smaller and really no technical information on here like they used to have, which is a little unfortunate. A missed opportunity, if you ask me, since this is the retro line. But, you know, at least assembling it wasn't too bad, and it does have a sticker sheet, which I have already applied the stickers onto the vehicle, so this is blank. And that's about it for the contents, except for the Hiss itself, and here it is. Angle the camera a little bit. And it is exactly how you would have imagined it to be. Just like you remembered it. The only main difference between this and the vintage Hiss are the foot pegs. These are made to accommodate modern figures. So you can stick a figure on there. Otherwise, it is the same toy, more or less. All the same features. Elevating cannons, rotating turret, does 360. Opening canopy. Detailed interior. I do like the texture on the back of the seat though. I'm actually not sure if that's on the original. Let me check. Nope, that's new. Alright. Speaking of which, here is the original, so you can compare. Same exact size. Shape and everything. So if you army build these things, these are definitely going to fit right in with your existing battalion of Hiss. Like I mentioned just a second ago, the cockpit is different. As you can see, slightly different detail there on the seat and on the consoles. The modern figure will fit in. You just have to bend his legs a little bit, get his arms up, kind kind of smush his butt in there a little bit just to make sure he does fit, and there he is. Of course, the vintage figure will fit in just fine. Size, dimensions, stickers are more or less the same. Sticker placement was the same. Biggest difference was the fact that foot pegs are a little different. And now that I'm actually seeing them side by side, it does look like the modern one is a tiny bit taller. Like a hair taller, maybe. I'm not positive on that, but it does look a little... just a little taller. Not sure. Almost imperceptible if it is, but anyhow. It's definitely going to fit in with your battalion. That's what I'm driving at. As far as vintage vehicles go, this is a hit out of the park. If you wanted a Hiss tank, this is definitely the way to get one. They retail for $24 and change. With tax in my area came out to be about $26 to $27, which is a steal for these things. The figure's great, the vehicle is great, brings back, the packaging is awesome, brings back a lot of memories. I do highly recommend getting one if you haven't already. So anyway, this has been AV. This has been my review of the Retro Hiss tank from the Retro G.I. Joe Retro line. If you like this video, check out my channel. If you like what you see there, then please subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.